Yesterday, five of us from the same college, we went to one shopping mall nearby this. Forum, yeah. Prestige. Yeah. Fortunately, unfortunately, we come across some better incidents. We find many, I'm sorry, this session is, the entire seminar is dominated by women only, but I'm talking about women only. Fortunately, unfortunately, I've been there in this profession since 17 years onwards. I find many women, even in fact we discussed, even in our room also, half dress and the dress that we generally wear in your home during night time. We find such type of women wearing the same dress during the daytime, during the shopping. My conclusion is this: as long as we don't teach mother tongue, there is no question to learn other tongue. As Noam Chomsky says, the greatest linguistician. That's why, unless otherwise we propagate the importance of mother tongue from the very grassroots level, we cannot propagate the culture, because language and culture are interrelated. So that's why the entire PowerPoint and everything, I feel that this is where we are supposed to concentrate. Unless we give much priority for language development and language teaching as a mandatory one till, let us say, +2, we have some time or scope to teach the culture, so that we can change certain amount of cultural behaviors in the society. That's one my point, sir. And you said, of course, truth is a awareness of knowledge only. Unless otherwise we don't expose the modern generation to this, to know all these things, as you said, no sir, that Bhagavad Gita, as the saying goes, karmanye vadhikarasthi mafaleshu kadachana. Don't have attachment towards this your deeds, so that you find certain amount of conclusion other. So my only like people knows today, we are almost all of us know who is Malala and what she has done and so on. But how many of us know what is Rama? What are the qualities that he carries out as a student, as a son, as a husband, as an emperor, or so on. So I'm expecting a sort of conclusion from you, sir, that how best we can implement the teaching of mother tongue, at least mother tongue, from the very grassroots level, from the primary education.
Your Antamurthy also said the most learned in Bangalore know only one language, English. But the illiterate people out in the state, they know many languages, at least about 4-5 languages. So learning of language has nothing to do with your economic status. The more advanced you are at the economic level, the more backward you are in language. I think to the first question, I expect one of the women participants to react, because
we are not one of the people.
Yes.
Manas are the person who doesn't want to learn mother tongue.
No, it's not. No, I don't know how it is related to the language. Do you think that speaking mother tongue will stop the girl from wearing?
No, sir. If they know the mother tongue, they will have every chance to read the literature related to the mother tongue, through which they have
the cultural orientation
cultural orientation can take place, as long as mother tongue can be taught.
See, this is a very serious issue. About 15 years back, we introduced a dress code in Christ University. Then it was Christ College. You know, the first forces that came into the picture was the press. The press just tore us apart, to the extent of casting aspersions in the character of a lady staff member who had dealt with this issue. That lady staff member happened to be my own wife. I have been I know the kind of mental agony that she had gone through for many, many days and nights. And this was initiated by one of the leading newspapers in India. So that is the situation. When commerce decides everything, when business decides everything, unless the society is very, very vigilant. And at that point of time, even a few members from the public also supported the newspaper. And they are from ultra-rich background. But the middle class and the lower middle class supported us. But we have the dress code, but again it becomes an issue of individual freedom, right, and then the taste of the younger generation. You are branded as outdated, you don't understand the taste of the younger generation around that. And the second thing this has raised is that Ramos' character being a model to us, being a cultural symbol. My personal view is that yes, you need certain amount of, you attach certain amount of sanctity to things and to the personality. But at the same time, you need to develop a critical outlook and analytical outlook of everything for that matter. That is what Oscar Wilde has said. If you are truly a religious person, you understand your religion, you go beyond your religion, you create a new religion or give a new interpretation to the religion. That is it. I don't know, I expect the participants to react to this.
I would like to give you an example. The same thing that the night dress that is being worn by women here is accepted as a fashionable dress abroad. So women wear that as a fashionable dress. And when my sister-in-law commented and said that this is a dress that we wear at night, she said, no, it is my own interest. I like to wear it as a fashionable dress outside. So what we try to inculcate in our students is that don't take the dress as something to be some cultural symbol or just pertain it or curtail it to something that is being a part of only your like your personality or your dress that you wear at night. Look at it as something different beyond, so that these small minute things can be curtailed or stopped and we can proceed into something better. That's all, sir. Thank you.
I would like to add something to this. You know, it is the opposite side of the story. Last month we were attending a national seminar at Maulana Azad National Urdu University, and I remember there was a participant. This was on the role of, it wasn't on the role, it was on the persecution of minorities, you know, the aftermath of the Godhra and all that. And in that, one of the participants, when she was giving a presentation, she said that I'm wearing the hijab. She says, I'm wearing the hijab not because of any kind of a religious pressure, because it is my choice. And she repeatedly said this. She said, I have started wearing hijab just for the last 6 months onwards. And she says, I will continue to do this because it is matter of choice, not because my society is pressurizing me into it. So I feel the key issue here was the element of choice. And she said, this gives me freedom. It doesn't make me feel persecuted. So for me, hijab is my freedom. It is not my religious tag, is what she had to say.
I am Ms. Annapurni from Periyakunam. I feel as long as ladies wear dress modestly, there should not be any objection to whatever they wear. And moreover, nowadays girls do a lot of work like men. They have to depend upon themselves. And so sometimes wearing such a dress would be very comfortable for them. If it is modest, nobody needs to have any objection.
Anita from E-Road. I think media changes our way of life. Especially in films and advertisements, men are shown fully dressed and women are shown scantily dressed. I don't know why it's so. And, visual media, and that has a great impact upon especially youngsters. So this is my point, and that has to be changed.
I'm Desiree Ann from Holy Cross College, Trichy. This is a question to that sir who questioned the women society. Why does he wear a suit? Why do we eat with spoons? That's not our culture.
then I should come as a Sanskrit professor, I should come in the dhoti. Yeah, that's all.
Actually, that's the same point I wanted to make. If you look at all the women in this room, we are all in traditional dress. Look at the men, not one in dhoti or a lungi or
I'm Susari from Patna. So, few years ago, at least we could see in our college or in our classes, at least some classical dancers or classical singers. But today, if you go to see, it is very difficult to find pure classical dancers or classical singers. And even recently, a few months ago, when I was traveling by an auto, I could hear a girl say, "I just cannot accept the dresses that my mother buys for me. I just cannot go to home. I can't stay for 2 months or something like that. But yes, I love to stay in the hostel. I just, with great love, she may bring for me, but I cannot just accept those dresses because it's not fashionable as it is, not modern like what I like." So, what I'm saying is that is when modern generation or youth want more of Western dances, when we emphasize on the Indian dances, Western music than Indian music, and we need to propagate and preserve and continue our culture, traditions, and culture that is there. That means somewhere we need to, they absolutely do not like, most of the modern generation do not like these traditions and dances, music, etc. So we need to somewhere provide a link, so to say, maybe where they're ready to accept. In the north, we have like a speak maker where they propagate this Indian or the South Asian culture, music, dance, sports, etc. So we need to provide maybe links, because we, the teachers, are supposed to make the students the better citizens of our country. So we are somewhere, we have a role to play in that, to make them accept and appreciate our tradition and our culture.
Sister, there are two issues in this. One, as has been rightly said, as long as it is decent and it's modest, everything is acceptable. Yeah. And see, there's a big gap, generation gap. Who should take the initiative? Should the parents understand the taste of the children and allow them to wear what they want? Or in the name of cultural tradition, we stop them wearing, giving them...
Sir, I think as education is, if there is a possibility of change of curriculum, there is every possibility of bringing back the grand old ancient values, through which we can pose everything scientifically. Whatever the great ancient values are there, they are all scientifically proved.
But one has to earn his livelihood.
That's true. That's why what I was trying to say, at least to maintain that grand old culture for the survival of the society. I think we need to change the curriculum as far as the language is concerned.
So we have instances where the students from rural background get admission in this university. Within 1 or 2 weeks, they just disappear. They go away. And if they happen to come to teachers like me, we prepare them. So don't bother, you are as intelligent as that, if not more intelligent. Just pass this 2-3 weeks time and speak English, even with mistakes, is absolutely no problem. And some of the children, they understand this and they overcome these difficulties and they become much more intelligent than the other students. But how many will come to the teachers? How many teachers have the time to counsel them? This is an issue. But our strong conviction is that if the medium of instruction, at least up to 7th standard, is through your mother tongue or regional language, these calamities will not happen.
Exactly.
That is what Professor Yuvan and people like him are advocating. Nobody's listening. The society is not listening.
I have two points to make. One is, I think there has to be a dialogue between teachers and parents and a common understanding. If a parent is going to relate his or her prestige in the social circles with how the child is, and the teacher is trying to say be more modest, that's not going to work. So at the first level, these are the two major influences on a child. So I think between parents and the academics, there has to be some kind of a common understanding on the middle path. First is the middle path. Now, I'll just take 2 examples on this. It's not, we cannot rigidly insist on only the indigenous or only the Western. There has to be the middle path. We cannot say there has There should not be any Mother's Day celebration. While we say on Mother's Day you can buy a gift for your mother, we have to also tell the child that she has to revere, respect, help the mother every day of the year. So there is no saying why should we celebrate Mother's Day. That's not going to happen. We have already reached a situation where it has become common in India. So while accepting the Mother's Day and its celebration, we have to alongside convey that it should not be restricted to one day of the year. Our culture says that you be with the mother every day morning, touch her feet or help her or obey her or whatever. So it has to be both ways, one. Second is we cannot insist on no jeans or no suit. We have to insist on modesty while telling you don't let your child go to the temple in jeans. You allow her to go for a picnic in jeans, but when she goes to the temple or for a family function, insist on a skirt. So appropriacy, basically it's propriety. What is right, when and where is what we must teach our children maybe.
I just happened to travel these two other girls I found in the temple. She just stopped slapping me. Anger on her face because I'm a stranger. I have no business to give my.
No, that's where I think parents and teachers need to have a dialogue. So instead of going on indoctrinating the students or preaching them, we must have more parent-teacher interaction where we discuss these things.